What's up, guys? It's John, and this is, well, probably a surprise to some people who've been around my channel for a while. This is a series that's been dead for a while now. The Monstercat Talk podcast, basically where me and friends just sit around and talk about Monstercat. If you remember, beginning of last year, end of 2016, me and Ethan started a podcast. It would be a weekly podcast where we'd talk about all the songs of the week, do a little news dump, and then, it'd be like an hour or so of content. That lasted for about 7 weeks, and then Ethan got burned out of editing a little bit, so what we ended up doing instead was we'd just wait until an album was released and we'd do a full talk about it. That's what episodes 8 and 9 are. They're us talking about Uncaged Volume 1 as well as the Rocket League album. But, circumstances basically led to... We recorded an Uncaged Volume 2 podcast at some point, and it never came out because of reasons. And, since then we just haven't really been up to recording anything. But it's back now. I've got the fervor again to, talk about songs. The weekly recap thing that I did last week was, it was fun, but it's not something I really feel like doing every week because, I don't know, I'm just not geared towards doing that kind of video, I guess. I'd rather do something like this where you get my opinion on the week's songs as well as everyone else's opinion. You get a contrast. So I hope this series entertains you, and I hope you enjoy it coming back because it's hopefully back for the long haul. Anyway, here's the video. Enjoy. Welcome to Monstercat Talk episode 10. The return of the weekly series. I'm your host, as always, John Redhawk, shit opinions guy, and I'm joined today by 3 friends. First off, we've got everyone's favorite dirty yellow, Gabe.
I replaced Ethan.
Yep.
He gone.
He gone. He
is not here anymore.
We have everyone's favorite Tokyo Machine fangirl. We've got Abby, who definitely doesn't have Ethan in her basement.
What?
You don't know.
Wait, what did you say?
You don't have Ethan in your basement, because I do.
He's mine, motherfuckers.
How did this go from simply me being a Tokyo Machine fangirl to someone being in my basement? I don't have a basement, I have an attic.
Right.
And we've got everyone's favorite producer. He's remixed songs from artists such as Indigo 132. It's Jayson.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fuck you, Mega.
Girl boss got featured.
I'm not a furry, I'm not gay. Let's stick with that. Okay.
Alright.
So, this is the gang for our very special episode 10.
The gang.
Hello.
We managed to keep this podcast going consistently for about 1 day now. And to celebrate, we'll be talking about this week's songs. No news dump, we'll be doing that next episode, but we do have 6 songs to talk about, so I think we'll be alright. So, first of all, the first song we have is Supersonic by Pegboard Nerds and Chimeric. Is that how you say that?
Yep, Chimeric.
Awesome. I know nothing about Chimeric other than the fact that he remixed Downhearted, and it was pretty good.
It's been a long time since he's produced anything, so or at least released. So
yeah, I looked on his SoundCloud, and that remix was the last thing he had on there. So
yeah,
but
wow,
It's good to see him back. Cause he did have a good remix.
I've
so
never even heard of Chimeric.
Really?
Yeah, he's only really appeared once on Monstercat, so...
Yeah,
it was a remix on a remix package that had 21 songs, so...
Yeah, so a little bit, it's okay to forget about him, but... Well, he's here now.
No, it's never okay to forget about anybody.
Well, it's understandable.
Don't remember anybody.
Yeah, he's in my basement.
Alright, so Supersonic, I think it is... And I think it's an okay song. Like it's good for happy hardcore or like hard dance, but like I can't get into it that much. To be honest.
That's fair.
as a happy hardcore connoisseur, that's how I got into EDM and everything. So I typically enjoy it. This was an exception because I can't really get into the song as much as I used to when I heard the preview for the first time. It just doesn't have that happy hardcore feel, in my opinion, because it's so Pegboard nerds like. It sounds like a unique song, and that's kind of what kills it for me. Because I like that. I like that happy hardcore kind of similarity. So,
Similarity.
Yeah, that's my feelings on Supersonic. It's your turn, Abby. Discuss.
Okay. Well, I only recently just heard it, and to me, it just. Well, let me just say, I'm not a fan of happy hardcore. I'm not even a fan of like the hard style, unless if it's Rainbow Road. But wow, but this is. I'm just gonna say the song sounds happy, and then there's like a key change which really got my attention. I really liked it, but it's not something I listen to constantly. It's okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
Hey, I get to be
Mark.
the positive person here because I actually really like this, like more than I have any right to.
It's understandable because, like, I can see how people like it. It's just for me, I like the happy hardcore, the typical happy hardcore, and this is different, and it makes me not like it.
Right.
I give it about a 6. Like, it's not horrible. It's just.
I'd give it like a 6 as well, honestly. Yeah.
I'd give it like a. Yeah, I'll give it a 6 as well.
I'm not
I'd give it-
6.
No,
Wow.
maybe a 6.5.
Was Ethan the human sacrifice? No.
Yep. That's what we were talking about.
Alright, John.
Yeah, I'd give it a 6 times 2. I'd give it a 12 out of 10. No.
What?
John's
Go for 24 out of 10. You gotta go
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah. No, I think it's like what you were saying, Gabe. This doesn't really sound like a happy hardcore song. Maybe that's the appeal of it to me. But I do really like the first and third drops are pretty cool. They kind of remind me of Nanaby in a way, but like more Pegboard nerdsy and less Nanaby-y. If that makes any sense.
Reminds me
but
of Nanaby, but less Nanaby.
Yeah.
Also,
No, you
Fun
understand what
fact.
I'm saying, though.
Fun
I
fact.
do.
Gather around the campfire. We're gonna tell fun fact.
Supersonic is tied for the fastest song on Monstercat. Well, that has gotten an upload because it's Paper Chase tied with Supersonic.
Okay.
If we exclude like Halcyon because it's halftime and
Yeah.
Marvel, which wasn't uploaded, so
Yeah.
Paper Chase doesn't seem fast to me. I love it, but it's not like
it's
not as fast.
fast.
It's fast. It's like
But yeah.
Sonic. Yeah, no, I want to give a special shout out to the second drop because it's really retro sounding and cool, and it's my favorite part of the song.
Yeah,
And
Nice.
I feel the same.
it's just interesting. All right, well, that's a quick one. I'm not sure if this one will be quicker or less quick, but we have Ocean Eyes by J Cosmic next. His his sophomore release after Ascend, and this is a lot different from Ascend in a lot of ways. It's a lot more melodic, a lot more happy, I guess you could say. But I don't know, Jayson, lead us off.
So I didn't know how I'd feel. I have a lot to talk. I'm not a lot to talk about, but like I had more to talk about this than Supersonic or I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's Supersonic.
But so the reason why is because I had heard J Cosmic before. I've had like experiences listening to J Cosmic, and he's always been someone who's been on and off for me. So here I came joining the label. It's like, oh shoot! Especially after I heard Tremors, and I was like, so I didn't know how I was gonna feel about him joining the label. And then he made Ascend, and I loved the release a lot, especially how he added some of his hardstyle elements into the song. I thought that was really good. And then I heard he was releasing on Instinct, and I thought it was just gonna be a full cheesy melodic dubstep song that you hear on every label out there, or not every label, but like you hear a lot of out there be like really popular. But then it turned out to be something that I really enjoy. And his vocals are he had a really good vocal performance. I gotta give him that. So like,
Were those his
give my love
vocals?
to him. Yeah, he said on Twitter.
Okay, that's really
I'd
cool.
give that an 8 out of 10. It's a good song.
I guess we're getting a fun fact with each song now, huh?
Dang.
Okay.
Become
Wow.
a fun fact Kermit person.
Yep, I'm the
The Monstercat
Kermit the
Talk
Fun Fact
podcast,
Filled
where you find
Frog.
fun facts about everyone.
Alright. So, Ocean Eyes. To put it flatly, it's my least favorite Instinct song currently. It's not bad, it's just something about the drop kind of felt off to me. It was like, it reminds me a lot of Decoy World. I know it reminds a lot of people of Decoy World, but it felt like the off drop didn't really fit the drop, in my
I
opinion.
feel like your opinion doesn't matter. You should.
It really doesn't.
You.
But there's not much else I can really say about this song. It's just the drop not fitting with the off drop kind of killed it a little bit for me. Although I will say it is produced pretty well, so I like that.
Abby?
Okay, I liked it. No, okay, let me at least try to be social.
It's okay.
I agree with the name right now. Why do we?
It actually kind of reminded me of the ocean itself for some reason. Not because it's named Ocean Eyes. It was something about the melody and the artwork itself. I mean, I'm an artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Shout out.
I don't actually remember what
I mean,
the artwork looks like. So.
I'm a producer, so I know what that feels like.
It's like
Uh-huh.
a sunset.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And-
that's nice.
Yeah, I can actually see color in music, and it fit really well.
Oh, is that like synesthesia or something? Like, where you like...
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's always good to have like another perspective on the song, like especially artist-wise.
Yeah.
Especially if you're on a podcast about songs.
The song is super vibey. That's another thing I wanted to mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's
John,
got a
wanna
lot of
finish this
emotion.
off? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to force.
Yep. Wait, what?
It is
I
your
said you were
turn.
to finish it off.
Oh, yeah, I'll finish it off. I'll finish it off all day. So,
Shut up.
Finish it off.
Gotta hear Monkey, Bonobo.
Okay, so,
Am I allowed to swear?
yeah, we've already sworn in the intro, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe not, I don't know. But, yeah, yeah. Alright, Ocean Eyes is, well, it's pretty damn good, I'll say that. Like, first of all, like, it's enjoyable. I like listening to it. It's produced well. The vocals have this very, like, underground feel to them in a way. Like, I don't, like, a very indie, like, it actually kind of puts the indie in indie dance.
That's
which
the
is
word I was trying to find there.
what...
It's like, it's indie. It's got like that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, it's got like a rawness to it. Like it doesn't sound super processed. It doesn't sound like, I don't want to say professional. It doesn't sound professional because like it's obviously professional enough if it made it on Monstercat. But like
Well, yeah,
it
but
doesn't
like
it sounds different from like vocals from like Richard Caddick or like Josh from Modestep, where like it just feels kind of raw. And I like that. It definitely makes the song stand out. The drop, I've kind of noticed this with a lot of synth pop songs on Monstercat recently, especially with Decoy World and Who I Am are the two off the top of my head, where it just doesn't feel like it has a ton of impact, even though it really should.
Mm-hmm.
And that prevents it from being like super high up in my book. Like, it's still really good, but it doesn't really, I don't know, it just doesn't have that memorability.
there's always
What?
something like about
Sorry.
who I am. Oh, no, sorry.
I was gonna say I needed to listen to more music, but with the exception of Ocean Eyes, I think synth pop is kind of boring
That's fair.
so far.
I feel like basically the same on that. Synth
Well,
pop's kind of a harder genre to get into because it's kind of got like super specific kind of aspect
There's always been
about
something
it.
There's always been something I disliked about synth pop songs. Like, for Who I Am, I feel like Kara's vocals just didn't fit in there. If it was like the extended mix without vocals, I would have enjoyed it like more than the regular mix. And it's also like Decoy World. I enjoyed the vocals, but then it was the drop. I couldn't get into it. Ocean. The reason why I like Ocean Eyes so much is because it like what John said. It was raw, but it felt raw to the point where it was like it felt good, well produced, just as raw as it was. And it's like it made a good synth pop song because the drop to me felt like something that fit in with the rest of the song, and the vocals did too.
It's 11:11. Make a wish.
Oh,
I wish that I could
Get Frank.
lounge.
I wish I could be in EST.
I wish I could actually socialize.
I wish
Seeding currently,
that
it's okay.
I could win a game of Brawlhalla.
Oh,
Alright,
but
shall we
yeah.
continue?
yeah, we're on to the two higher remixes. Oliverse and
Ooh.
Champion both remixed.
I'll begin
wait.
with this one because
I don't really have an opinion on the Oliverse.
yeah,
one.
Oliverse. I'm gonna say it, hands down, Oliverse's remix currently probably my favorite dubstep song of the year currently. Because even though the melody's incredibly simplistic, like to play it on a piano is the most simple thing ever. It still works really well because it feels so classic. It's got like an old school vibe to it, but keeps itself like modern with the tempo and just the sounds that are used in it.
Right.
It's a really nice remix.
Yeah.
Okay. So Oliverse's remix of Higher, it's very similar to his remix of Afterlife by Tchami. It's on Red Out 30 recently. That was the first time I heard it, but luckily that meant I was familiar with his style, which is very similar here. It's not bro step, so it's not like super gritty, and it's also not melodic dubstep, which means it's not super synthy and trancey and all that. And that's unique for a lot of the dubstep that's been made in the last couple years, and that makes this remix kind of stand out from pretty much every other song on Monstercat in the last 3 or so years, like basically ever since 85 left. And it's a nice breath of fresh air. I like it a lot. It uses Josh's vocals well, and pretty much completely transforms the song. And sometimes that's not the greatest thing, but here it works pretty well.
It's interesting because a lot of people say it doesn't transform the song very well.
Really?
And also, I just want to say, Oliverse's style is really, really nice. He's probably one of my favorite artists. Just because he does very well at blending, like, melodic with heavy. Alright.
I should listen to some of his other stuff then, because I really haven't.
I'm
listened
odd.
to remix.
I'm odd when it comes to remixes because it's like, if the song is good, I know I'm probably gonna like the remix package. Which is odd because people are like, I want to fix the bad song to make it a good remix. So I've already Higher has been one of my favorite songs, and it's one of my favorite songs of 2018, and it's been one of my favorite songs of like all Monstercat. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's just like that's a pleasure. Oh.
It was very end of last year.
Yeah. You know what? Shut up. So anyway, don't check your sources, kids. So anyway, knowing that I heard there was gonna be a Higher remix package, then knowing Oliverse is gonna be on it, I've already heard of Oliverse before, so I was like, okay, this is gonna be good. And Oliverse, he broke my expectation because I normally just see Oliverse on UKF, and like I know I shouldn't judge UKF that much, but when I see a song on there, I'm like, I just kind of skip it. But listening to this remix, it definitely was a breath of fresh air from the normal dubstep you hear. Even if it's some people think it's much generic dubstep, I think it's like it gives you such. It's like John said, it's not bro stuff, but it's not melodic. It's something that it has an impact, but it still originates back to like how Higher had this like future bassist dubstep drop, and it's like it originates back to still being chill while having an impact at the same time.
Okay.
I like it.
Alright, we can transition that into the Champion remix. What?
Wait, I didn't say anything about this one yet.
Wow, John.
Well, she said she didn't
Yeah.
have anything to say
Yeah,
about
you
it.
said you didn't really have much to say.
Yeah, the only thing I have to say is that unlike you, I don't really like it as much as I didn't really like it as much as I would have hoped. I mean, I see the potential in it. I've only just discovered Oliverse, but I don't know, I just didn't really like this remix that much.
That's fair.
I like how we rated Supersonic on a scale of 1 to 10, and then the rest of the songs we never rated.
Okay, I give Ocean. I always said I gave Ocean Eyes an 8 out of 10.
Ocean Eyes would be like a 7 out of 10 for me.
5 out of 10 for me.
9 out of 10 for me.
Okay, and the Oliverse remix, I give a 9 out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Sorry.
And now the Champion
The
remix.
Russian judge over here.
Alright.
Abby's like over there in the corner holding up her 5, like watching us the whole time.
Just
I'm
looking
switching up
over
on
with
you guys.
disgust.
It's time to switch
By the
it up
way,
on you guys, because I don't
I
like
love how
Iceland
I-
hype, broke up.
Yeah.
Woo!
Alright, anyway, go
So
on.
yeah, we got
Gabe.
the Champion remix. This is the other remix on the package, and it's D&B. That's pretty much all I
Oh, I
have to say
like
about
this
it.
one
Yep.
a lot better
Yeah.
than the last one.
On the flip side, I really don't like this remix, because
I-
used to like it. I took a listen to it like once, and I was like, okay, this remix is good. Higher has a really good remix package. Then I listened to it again, and I kind of was like, this really doesn't feel like it's very transformative, besides the fact that it's 170 BPM, or around there.
Mm-hmm.
And I shouldn't really judge a song based on how transformative it is, but in this case, it kind of hurts the song. So, in my opinion at least, because D&B is a genre you can do a lot with. So, I feel like this remix could have done more, but
Well,
it
going
just
off the
didn't.
point that said that you can do a lot with DMB, I feel like that was the case here. Even if it wasn't a remix of Higher, could have been a great song. It just feels great to me. I love how I'm
Right.
just giving the most basic opinions.
I mean,
You guys
opinions
just
don't
go
have to
into
be intricate,
A
so.
fuckload of detail.
Yeah, it's fine.
I've got to base it off of Gabe and Abby's point on this one, because understanding Gabe's is like, it has to be transformative, and Champion's remix doesn't really transform the song, because a remix package, like, it's hard to do perfectly, because you have to have, like, I'm not saying every song has to be transformative, you have to have 1 or 2 bad songs in there, but like, you don't want it to be just full of the same stuff. And Champion's remix, while it is DMB, it takes away from the dubstep. It's still not the best remix that could have been in that package, I think. It's there for diversity, yeah, but it's still not really the best. I'd give it like a
Right.
7 or 6. I think it's 6.5. That's B.
My rating was 2 out of 10, by the way.
Oh!
My rating was gonna be like 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Alright.
Gabe,
you dirty
yellow.
See, in a former life, I was, or basically, and by former life, I mean whenever I started like doing this channel, I was kind of known as the D&B guy. I liked most, if not all, of the D&B on the label, with a couple of exceptions. But I like that's not really the case anymore. Part of it's taste change. Part of it is just because I think the people, like the artists who made it on Monstercat, were like really good compared to some others, and it's kind of one of those examples. Like, it's an enjoyable enough song. I like it. I'd give it like maybe a 6.5 out of 10, but it just doesn't really do much. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the melody's nice. It's a nice vibey song, but it does nothing special. And D&B, like you said, Gabe, D&B is a genre you can do a lot with. Don't hate it. I don't hate it anywhere near as much as you do, but I don't know. It just doesn't do much for me. That's
I feel like...
what?
Oh, sorry. It's like I'm the same way as you when you talked about like DMB like change of taste. It's like after listening to enough DMB, especially in a remix, it's like Champion, and I'm gonna compare this. I don't know if you like this or not, or if anybody else does, but it's like when I heard the Muzzy remix of Deep in the Night. you had so much that you could use for creativity, and you stuck with using the same, like almost the same, well, actually almost the exact same sound. So it's like, I feel like Champions did that with their remix, or his remix, where you could have had so much to do, like make something so different with the MD, and you just ended up making the same as the song.
I'd like to point out with Muzzy's remix.
You forgot Reach Up Higher.
You're waking up Ethan in the basement. But anyway, so I wanted to add, Muzzy actually had an original demo of the Deep in the Night remix, and it's so much different than the final version. Like, there's these added vocals that are really, really full of energy. It's really good.
I know what you're talking about, because this was on the, he did like a guest mix for Cannonball, and he had that in there. And,
that was so good.
He had like orchestral elements that he ended up using in Spectrum. He had those in there, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
I
think we should give the wheel to Jayson for this next track.
Alright, we'll start with Jayson here.
Is it Shut It Down?
Shut It Down by Matroda. Matroda's debut.
Alright,
Jayson,
so
take us away.
I'm either ready for flame for people going like, Jayson, you're the best for this opinion. I respect it. No one's gonna say they respect my opinion. But anyway, welcome to the Monstercat community.
What do you think you're in?
So anyway,
I didn't disrespect anyone's opinions. It's gonna be mine for the Oliverse thing.
Alright, so Matroda, Shut It Down. I really do not like Matroda's style that much, nor do I like his style at all in this song. I can say that this is one of my least favorite house songs. I can say that I do not like the melody. I do not like the drop, and while I respect of what he was trying to do with the song, I cannot get into it at all. I understand there's guilty pleasures, and this is my guilty turn off. So I gotta give this I think I give the song honestly a 1.5 out of 10. This is my least favorite song as Uncaged era, and it is my least favorite song from 2015 up to 2018.
Oh my gosh!
Where did 2015 come from?
Yeah,
because I have some. Pre-2014 is pretty bad.
I can confirm Jayson was pretty horny before this podcast, and after he listened to Shut It Down, I could tell. Kinda
lost the urge.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna take this because I'm on the polar opposite side of you.
Wait. Can I say that?
So am I.
Jayson listened to it, and his sex drive got turned down, or shut down.
Yeah. Exactly.
My penis turned into an
fucked it up. My bad. Wait, what did you just say? You don't have to say. I'll hear it in post. It's fine.
So, I'm on the polar opposite of Jayson on this one because I really like G House and stuff like that. Because I mean, Boom was on my best of 2017, so
I
like that. I like that. You're not supposed to speak.
I need to
get out of here.
I need to learn how to socialize.
I know. It's
how to socialize.
But I really like the song because it reminded me of when I first listened to it. I got Droppin' Low vibes because the bass is really strong in it, and it's got kind of Droppin' Low didn't really have a minimal feel, but it definitely had a super bassy feel to it.
A lot more low end than high end for sure.
Yeah. I like the vocal sample in this song that kind of goes on through it. It's really nice. I'll give this song a I guess I'll just give it a 10 out of 10 because it's probably one of my favorites right now. So.
All right, Abby.
Can I add this in?
Okay,
Can I add this in? I feel on and off about that style of house because I do really like Boom. I really like it a lot. And I do like Drop It Low. It's just that this song is again a guilty turn off. It's just that I don't like this song for some reason. It just doesn't. I don't know. Alright, you can continue. Sorry, I interrupted.
I just really like how minimal and bassy this song is. I didn't expect it to be. I expected it to be generic as hell. That wasn't the case. It kind of reminded me of. I don't know what it reminded me of, but it's kind of
it reminded me of the sound of silence.
It reminded me of my crippling memory loss.
Or Tokyo Machine.
Remind me of
Okay.
Marshmallow Alone.
Oh yeah, I was gonna mention that. It does kind of remind me of Tokyo Machine a little bit. It's got like
But it's bad era. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
God damn
a
it.
very bold statement to make. It kind of reminds me of that one ID he has that he hasn't released yet. It's like
Hype.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
Wait,
that.
was
Yeah,
it
the one
Get
from the
the
a
Fuck
ton of
Was it
low
Get the
end,
Fuck
not much
Up?
high end. Yeah, get the
Oh,
fuck
is that
up.
the one? Is that the one where everybody was predicting it's with Joyride or something like
It's
that?
either Joyride or Sultan.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, if it's Joyride, that'd be
Anyway,
cool to
hopefully
have Let's Be
the
Friends
hair
tag.
comes out by
Yeah.
my birthday or something.
Another fun fact:
Just-
Joyride is one half Let's Be Friends.
Hell yeah. We gotta have that fun fact. There wasn't really
Shut
one to
up.
hire, so.
Fuck
Mhm.
you.
Fun
Anyway,
fact: Tokyo Machine is Matroda. That's a lie,
Oh,
by the way.
plot twist.
It's-
Yeah, that's a
it's
lie.
not true.
Fun
I'm
fact:
pretty
Tokyo
sure.
Machine is not violent. The rumors are false. Shut up.
yeah, I feel the exact same.
Yeah, we should have like a no comment on that, like a moratorium on Tokyo Machine is or is not Xylent talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway.
yeah, give this song like a 10 out of 10 as well. I love it.
Basically, fuck you,
Die.
Jayson.
Alright, Johnny
Guys,
boy,
you-
it is your
Alright.
turn.
I really love this song too. It's great. Well, good. I don't know, like this style of house I used to not love it. I still like there's still some like pretty big exceptions. Like Valentino Khan, I don't like a lot of his stuff, and that's kind of in this similar vibe. But I don't know, the bass is really cool. The like lead melody is very minimal, but it works out well with the song. The vocal chop, I guess, or vocal sample, as Gabe, I think it was you that mentioned it, is really good. And I don't know, it just gives me this sort of like seedy underground, like this is the kind of stuff that you'd blare when you're just like driving through the rough part of the city at night, I guess.
The rough part of Detroit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, because you drive in alleyways.
The rough, mean streets of Tuscaloosa, Alabama. But,
The downtown Chicago and Uganda town.
Oh boy.
Okay. I feel like I should have gone last.
Sorry,
Just so everybody
sorry.
goes, dude, I like this song. Yo, this song is good. And I've been like, yo, this song sucks.
I would like to apologize on behalf of Jason for all our Ugandan viewers.
We
but,
all just
Sorry,
rolled
Ugandan
the
people.
field To
Spit on him. Spit on the
To all the people
non-believer.
to all the people who don't have internet, sorry.
I'm sure
Alright.
there's some people in there that have internet. It's not North Korea.
That's
Speaking
true.
of
Wait,
dead
North Korea
memes-
does have internet, they just don't have any other access.
Speaking of dead memes, I think we can leeway into our next song.
Oh wait, I'm gonna give a score. 9.5 out of 10.
Oh,
Give the score!
Spit on the non-believers.
so
no,
9.5, 10 at 10, and 1.5. Okay.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's sorry, we still average
Yeah.
out to like an 8 out of 10. So
Welcome to MCAT Podcast, where one person always has a different view.
Mhm.
yeah.
One person
Alright.
always has a diverging opinion for each song.
Yeah, so
Diverging.
we transition here into the the Lucid EP by Lookas, which is basically the biggest cock tease for me ever because it's not an actual EP from Lucid, but it's just an EP that's called Lucid. So
It's just a collection of songs that have already been released.
pretty
Okay,
much.
so
It's the Conroe
Lucid-
special.
Fuck Conroe. Anyway, so the Lucid... I really would have liked it was a Lucid EP, that'd be really dope.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, we got Hideaway, so.
Alright, who's
Alright.
taking it? Jason?
I'll talk first. So, are we gonna
Alright.
do the whole E EP?
I'd say talk about the song first, then we can have like passing thoughts on the EP at the end, so.
Okay. So,
Then
on
we're
my
gonna have to
own,
figure it back.
Able Heart
Alright.
and Lookas. So, I don't like Lookas. I didn't
Wow.
like Eclipse. I didn't like, Alarm. I thought Eclipse was a bad trap song. I thought Alarm had the worst Krewella performance and the most generic drop in the world. And then On My Own came out. And at first I was like, okay, this song sucks. And then I actually took a full time to just kind of sit down in bed and listen to it all, just kind of just chill out and be in like a relaxing environment. and it's a decent song. I don't hate it, but I don't like it as much as I wish I did. It has potential for me to like it, but it's just it has some element or something like that that just keeps it down. I like the drop. It's different, and it's like listening to Eclipse by Lookas and listening to Alarm by him. They're both pretty generic when it comes to trap and feature bass, but on my own felt like a breath of fresh. It felt like something different, so I really enjoyed that aspect. The vocals were good, but the melody just I couldn't get into, which is why I give it a 7 out of 10. I think it's a good song.
Okay. Alright, so I'm actually in the same boat as you, Jayson, except I'm actually under the boat and drowning because I have the exact opposite opinion.
So, what is everybody? You're furphobic.
Oh,
that was cringy. Oh my gosh.
Alright, the reason why I said I'm in the same boat is because I did not like On My Own first listen. It just felt basic. And I listened to it again, I was like, well damn, this song's pretty good. And then the only thing I can really complain about this song is the drop, because I feel like the drop doesn't really fit. But it doesn't completely kill the song because the off drop's so nice that it's bearable. Well, not bearable, but enjoyable. Here's where I'm kind of drowning under the boat here, because I actually really liked this EP. Alarm barely didn't make my best of. It was a really good song in my opinion. I think Krewella had a good performance in it. Eclipse, not the most amazing song, but not a bad song. Just kind of your typical trap release, you know. And also, fun fact, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I believe this is the first EP to have all the songs featured on an album.
No, it's not the first one, because I know
the Queso and
Renegade
Slander EP.
Yeah, Queso Slander.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure there's
Conroe
another
almost
one.
did.
Yeah, that's...
Conroe was close to doing it.
Close, and,
I'm almost sure there's another one.
Yeah, probably
A5 and Fractal got a 3 out of 4. I know that. Alright, I'm just gonna... I guess I'm gonna keep looking. I'm gonna look for, to see if any of them... I'm sure there had to have been some. Okay.
I know... Well, I don't think this counts. But, never mind. I forget what I was saying.
Now, I have one question to propose to you guys before we end this, because, you know,
John hasn't said his On My Own opinion yet.
Last song we're really going over, because I think Abby's probably not coming back. Watch as I say that, and she comes back 5 seconds later. Anyhow, what are your guys' favorite songs of 2018 so far, even though it's only been about 1 month?
Hold on, John still hasn't said his opinion on My Own.
Oh.
Alright, so,
Jeez, Gabers!
basically, the first time I listened to On My Own, my immediate opinion is, what is this and why do I like it? Because, I was basically convinced that I wasn't gonna like pretty much anything from Lookas. And then he went out and he made a song with awesome vocals from Abelhart and a really cool drop in my opinion. I think the drop fits pretty well. And it's weird because Faces by Candyland is the closest song I can compare this to, especially as far as the vocals go. And I did not like Faces very much, but I like this a lot. So
hello, I'm back. Are we still on the Lookas thing?
Yeah,
we'll hit you in a sec. But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just the vocal, it's pretty standard R&B stuff, I guess, but I'm a sucker for that a lot of the time, and it's very well done here. I've never heard of Abelhart before, but his voice is nice, and something about the drop is just unexpected. It's a lot slower than I'd expect from Lookas, which is normally slower equals worse for me, but here it actually works a lot better because it sort of keeps that same laid back feel that's happening throughout the drop. So that makes me a pretty big fan of it. And yeah, I give the song I'll give it I'll say 8.5 out of 10, with some wiggle room upwards, depending on how well it like stands the test of time. Also, I will say, last EP to have all the songs featured on the channel is the Come to Light EP by Coven.
Okay.
Oh, but that's such a good EP.
It really is. It's
Were
But
all
we
the
can talk
songs
about
on
that
the
another
album, though? That's what I was saying.
Oh no, they
We can
weren't.
talk about that.
The last one of that would be Sanhola's New Sky EP.
No, the last one of that would be Queso and Slander's EP.
Yeah, I already forgot about Queso and Slander, even though I like both the songs on that EP.
Same.
But,
Alright.
God.
Abby, want to give your opinion on the song?
Sure. Mine's just gonna be short, but I think this EP is kind of
Like
generic.
John.
I mean, I like the album art. It's like kind of like. Why can't I do this? I'm gonna say, kind of looks like one of those. Kind of looks like Marvel without the screen tones.
Okay.
It reminds me of Vaporwave, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, the album itself is kind of generic. I mean, I do love Krewella's vocal, love Krewella in general,
Mhm.
but I'm just not a huge fan of Trap. But I do like Eclipse, because it's a bit heavier than when I first listened to it. And the new one, I don't really like the vocals from... I listened to this before the podcast. How can I already forget his
Abel Hart.
Abel Hart.
vocalist.
Abel Hart? Wow, I'm bad at this.
It is okay. I forgot Abel Hart did the vocals in mine, that's why I didn't mention it.
Oh.
Anyway, Lookas. This was an okay EP, but I think Lookas could have done better. Overall, I could have I give this like a 4.5 out of 10. The only thing saving it from being absolute shit is the heavy drop in Eclipse, or kind of heavy drop in Eclipse, and Krewella's vocals in Alarm, which for some reason everyone is calling Alone 2.0, but I kind of disagree.
Yeah, I think that statement's kind of a bit stupid. Also, my rating out of 10 on the song is 8 out of 10, and then on the EP, 9 out of 10. So,
The
I'll
EP
give
for
the
me
EP
is
a
5 out of 10.
Wait,
Alright. We're pretty similar then.
I'm assuming we're talking about the Abel Hart song. The Abel Hart song I'm gonna give like a 3 out of 10.
Oh.
Hey Gabe, can I add on to your question? Like, what's your favorite song of 2018?
yeah, I'll repropose that question. Cause
Wait, can I give a fun fact real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Lookas is the... I saw this on the Monstercat subreddit, but Lookas is the artist that's been on Monstercat that's actually charted the highest on the Billboard 100. He
Nice.
produced the song Going Down For Real by Flo Rida and Sage the Gemini, which made it to number 8. So he's been higher than Marshmello, he's been higher than anyone else, I guess.
Nice.
He's
Unless you
even higher
count
than
Adam
Owl
Young
City.
Owl City.
I don't know. I don't think Fireflies was high. It was like super high.
No, Owl City didn't get that high. Fireflies is like 11 or 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, how high was Wolves? The weird
I
graphic
didn't think that
design
got that
thing.
high. I don't think that got that high.
I think it got to
Yeah.
like maybe 20 or so. I don't know.
Yeah, it was
It,
number
it
6
didn't
on the
get high
news
because
chart.
it's shit.
I will repropose
The
my
art is
question.
shit too.
Yeah, I think we can all.
The art's
Agreed on
actually
that.
the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's so bad.
Like, what was it? Well, me, you, and like, we were all talking about it and we thought it was a joke until we actually saw it was the actual
Yeah.
cover art for this.
Well, like, there's the white outline around Selena Gomez's hair and around the wolf. And then, like, I guess, are those, like, mountains at the bottom? I'm not sure. But it just, like, oh god, then the moon is the O and wolves is just so cringy.
What makes it even sadder is that I thought the song itself had a lot of potential, but it just ended up being, like, generic feature-based to me.
Well, I mean-
slow generic feature based to me, and that's like really
Yeah.
the worst thing.
Marshmallow is pretty normal for making generic future based. Although
I
he
don't really-
can do it right. Like I think Silence, he did it right.
I
Yeah.
I feel like people did that right. I'm gonna
don't want
repropose
to
my
say I
question.
hate Marshmallow. Sorry to interrupt, but I don't want to say I hate Marshmello, but I really, really don't like him.
Well, no, I don't think you should hate. I don't think anyone should hate an artist because of their music. It's kind of a stupid.
I didn't say I wanted to use hate. I didn't.
Well, I know. I was just saying.
Yeah. Because I know some people who love Marshmello. And
Yeah,
I can
they
respect that because it's their opinion. And if anyone in the comments has an opinion, and if anyone thinks I'm cringy, that's their opinion at the end of the day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then again, this is my first podcast, so maybe their opinions are going to change.
Whoa.
Alright. So Gabe.
All right. I will repose my question for the 6th time, or attempt. 6th attempt, not 6th time. What is your current favorite song of 2018? I will let Jayson begin.
Can I add on that question too? So just to prep for, I heard since John said, I think you said you're gonna do like news for the weekend.
Mhm.
To hype up for that, also to add that question, what's your favorite like coming up release? Like what are you hyped for? Like what are you hyped for coming up?
Mhm.
What am I hyped for? That's
I think my favorite song of 2018 right now that's released so far is I don't know, is Disarray by Back Computer. I love that song so much. I've always loved Back Computer. Like For Me was a great song. New Dawn. I know, I'm sorry, John, but it's not his best song in my opinion. I think it's alright. But then Disarray completely like combine. I don't know if this is true for like anyone else, but for me, Disarray seemed to combine New Dawn and For Me, and
I
made
100%
such a
agree.
good job. And what I'm hyped for is the two Steven releases, because I think one of them's a collab with Tristan.
Yep,
That's my
one of them
prediction.
features
So,
Nicole,
Did you say
it's
Tristan?
Tristan.
the hype. I mean, it could be
Tristan.
because you say Tristan, so you say
Tristan.
Tristan.
Tristart.
Then again, I
Tristardi.
feel bad because they
Yeah,
literally
the-
called him Tris Daddy at the
The
beginning.
Tristan release is basically confirmed at this point because all the previews got deleted off YouTube. So
Well, yeah, that's I mean, like all the Tristan, like even his like solo release got deleted too. So I think that might be a monster.
Isn't Tristan like highly against leaks or something?
yeah,
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
because
he
before
pushed
we
back his
fade got
album because
leaked.
of it.
Yeah.
and it caused the song to get hated on, basically.
Yeah.
All his thing got pushed back so far because of the.
You
People
release.
hated Bone Dry for some. No, not Bone Dry. Before We Fade for some reason.
Well, yeah, because it wasn't what it used to be. That's how a lot of people put it, and I thought it was a good song, but
And an artist shouldn't have to apologize for their work.
Right.
Because didn't you tell me he had to apologize
yeah,
for
he did
that?
apologize for Before We
Yeah.
Fade, which was stupid.
Because that's
Alright.
stupid. I mean,
Um,
at the end of the day, it's your thing. It's your
Yeah.
work.
That's how I felt about the whole Heaven Let Us Down snafu too. Like
God, that pissed me off.
the direction they wanted to take.
That
Don't
was-
criticize them because of that.
Oh God, remember
Yeah.
how pissed I was when I saw people hating on Heaven last time because it wasn't the Neurofunk drop? I genuinely became like so upset.
Well, because it's so dumb. It's like if an artist changes a song, like if they're on preview on a set, that's cool. But like artists can change their song if they want to. It's their song. Like,
Right.
they had the Heaven Let Us Down like DMB edit like 2 years ago. Of course, it's gonna change.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna
All right. So anyway, back to the question.
the
Yeah.
question. So, my current favorite song of 2018, hands down, Woolly's remix of Stay. Currently.
Nice.
Okay.
And then song I'm most excited for, of course, my birthday release, because not only is it my birthday release, but it's an incredible collab between Drop Tech and Warso.
Oh, I've sent you that.
I know.
I might
It's pretty
actually
great.
draw something for your birthday.
Ooh, yeet.
All right. What is your?
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
What is your current favorite of the year, John?
Does this have to be Monstercat or
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay. So
Oh, it doesn't? You suck.
I wanted to make sure that was cleared up. So my favorite song of the year so far is a song by a boy that's been on Monstercat before. Probably never will be again, but it's fine. It's called Aldrig Mur by Kasbo, and it's the first. I think it's the first released off like his album that's coming out in March. It's this. If you've heard Snow and Gothenburg, it's very similar to that. Very vibey, sort of like housey chill wave stuff is the best way I can describe it. It's got really nice vocals, and yeah, it's really what
I said I really have to agree with you on that one because I did listen to that song. Kasbo is off Monstercat.
Oh, it's so
sorry
good.
for that.
Abby, do you have a favorite?
Oh wait, can I just give an honorable mention?
You're not done. Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to give an honorable mention to the Marcia's remix of One Thing by Sanholo. That remix is incredible.
Do you have a hyped release for 2018 that you're excited for?
Kasbo's entire album is pretty much what I would say.
Kasbo is so good. Oh my gosh.
Also, my honorable mention, because I never gave one, is definitely I'm forgetting the title of the song, but it's released by EASTGHOST featuring Ashley Apollodore. It's amazing.
Okay.
My honorable mention is...
I keep forgetting it, so...
Marcios' EP.
What about Marcios?
His EP is my honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Alright, what is yours, Abby?
Does it have to be a song released from... Does it have to be a song released in 2018?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as of now, as mentioned before, I really like Shut It Down. And I'm hyped for basically... I've heard rumors that Tokyo Machine is releasing an EP, and for some reason I'm hoping it's on my birthday, which is probably not gonna happen.
I mean, your birthday's on a Wednesday. And if it's Tokyo Machine, it's an EP. Probably not. I really don't know if it's an EP. But
or Stone Bank.
Yeah, more Stone Bank. Oh boy.
In before it's more Stone Bank.
Yeah.
Anyway. Really hyped for the whatever new things Tokyo Machine has, obviously. Especially Get the Fuck Up.
It's a great
my honorable mention has to be... Well, I have two, actually. And they're both by Tristan.
Released in 2018?
Obviously. Wait.
I don't know if he released in 2018.
He released Everlasting, which is a really good song.
No,
yeah.
truthfully.
I have to I'm giving an honorable mention to Everlasting and the possible Tristan and Steven collab.
Yeah.
I really liked Fly Down and Crossfire by Steven.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, can I give... Sorry about this. Can I give one more honorable mention?
We're just gonna give honorable mentions.
Yeah, since I haven't given I haven't given a Monstercat honorable mention for like the song I'm most excited about. 2 words, Squid Gang.
Oh yes. Pixel and Fabric.
Yeah.
Or Favorite, however you say it.
Yeah, Pixel, Favorite may be releasing on Instinct soon, so...
Yeah, well, I've heard rumors that Favorite's coming back and, like,
yeah,
making new stuff.
I'm excited. I like Favorite's music a lot, so...
So do I.
One more thing. Talib, release on Monstercat again. We need good raps.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how likely it is that we get more Talib on here, but,
just get Karma Fields back.
Yeah.
We need Karma Fields back. I miss them. I miss them, actually.
Another LP. It wouldn't surprise
I miss
me.
Karma Fields.
Alright, well... Personally, I have to go, but... I think we should call it wraps, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
sounds about good. Alright, well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this 10th episode. Hopefully you guys are excited about the fact that this is coming back as a weekly thing, because I am. I've been missing doing these, especially with MC reviews gone, and I haven't done one of these in a while, and it's fun to sort of get back in the saddle. So, thank you, Jayson, Gabe, and Abby, for appearing.
I'll make sure to return Ethan safely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to come back. I am the spark of this talk show. I'll replace John's spot one day and become the all-time host and do my solo podcast follow me on SoundCloud, hashtag Bonobo, BUH.
You're probably gonna see me more often.
I
as
guess
well.
you could say we're about to shut it down, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, 1.5.
So upset.
Hope you guys enjoyed.